alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Are you craving for that special meal that will entice your taste buds and leave you with lasting thrilling memories? Look no further. Spice Island Bulenga has got your answer. Natural, fresh and delicious juice, the best meals. Don't miss our daily specials from Monday to Sunday. Pizza Wednesday, Saturday Pizza Bonanza, you buy one and take two. Come dine with us and feel the experience. We are located at Prime Shopping Center in Bulenga, Mitiana Road. For inquiries, call us on 0704111720. Spice Island, we treat your cravings.
Fellow citizens, following the sequence of events, Uganda seems to be at political crossroads.
I'm not a servant of anybody.
Madam, I know the law.
As such, Alternative Digitalk brings you the Interface Show with retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besuje.
Let's keep on the same page on Alternative Digitalk,
As he gives you the alternatives on the transition question, rule of law, human rights and freedom, youth inclusion in governance, economic stagnation, as he confirms.
I'll be always here Saturday from 10 a.m. in the morning. Be there.
Don't miss the live discussion on the Alternative Uganda, Digitalk TV Facebook pages, and the Alternative Uganda YouTube channel.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Less Up Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices, and we make deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 080090. You can also check up at Less Up Stores on all our social media platforms. Less Up, craft your own footprints.
The alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
A very, very good morning and a warm welcome to this edition of the Mighty Drive Show. Today is the 4th day of April 2023. We are beginning a very new month, and of course, for those who like to follow things like quarters, we are beginning the second quarter of this particular year. The second quarter will be running from April, May, and June. That means we shall be halfway into the year of 2023. Welcome aboard. This is Digitalk TV, the only or the maiden online television right here in Uganda, and we promised you that we are redefining how you are consuming information and content. And of course, we believe that you should consume content at the comfort of your tablets, at the comfort of your mobile phones, at the comfort of anything, as long as it's digital, because we believe the future is digital and the future is now. So why don't we transform and metamorphose into a new thing, into the digital era, and how best can we do that unless we use Digitalk TV? So welcome aboard. This is the Mighty Drive Show, airs every Monday to Friday, starting from 8 to 10 a.m. We're always here breaking down, having a conversation with Uganda, a conversation that we believe will change the future of this country. My name is Edgar Matthew Karohanga, and on behalf of the entire Digitalk team, I would love to, first of all, thank you for joining us today. And of course, thank you for always joining in every particular day. Every time you're always here watching the different shows that we have for you, it's always a privilege and, of course, an honor to have you each and every day. So, for those who are joining us for the very first day, this show happens every Monday to Friday, starting from 8 to 10, as I've told you. And it is not the only show that we have right here at Digitalk TV. We have various shows, and We have English shows, we have Uganda shows. Like on Monday, we always have the hotline show. It is always there from 7 to 9 p.m. That is an English version. We talk about everything politics. And the Mighty Drive show, as I've told you, airs every Monday to Friday. We have the Afro-Caribbean show happening every Wednesday in that regard, 7 p.m. Then we also have the Diaspora Link happening Thursday. That is in the evening at around 5 p.m. We have the Voltage show that happens. That is on Friday at 7 p.m. It's strictly all Uganda, where we speak about everything politics, but in our maiden language, which is Luganda. We have Takeover show that happens every Tuesday, like today at exactly 11 a.m. We shall be having Takeover with Council Kato Tumusime. On Saturday, we have the Interface show. Normally happens from 10 to midday, where we host retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besije. It happens every Saturday from 10 to midday. We are always here. Then same on Saturday, we have the Snap Talk show that is hosted by Teddy Tenjo Nabukera. It happens every Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. So we have an entire programming that is, dedicated to you and to your convenience. So in case you would love to partner with Digitalk TV in any way, feel free to just contact us. That is on our social media platforms. We are at The Alternative Uganda. That is on Facebook, at The Alternative Uganda, on YouTube, and still at The Alternative Uga, or UGA. That is on Twitter. So you can send us any message and we'll be able to, send you the feedback as we continue. And in case you want to maybe, advertise and you cannot look onto our social media platforms, it's okay to just send us a direct call. That is to the programs director of Digitalk TV, Mr. Mokose Arnold Anthony. You can call him. His number is 0701-800-2120. Noti msavu noti emu munana noti bili emu bili tujja kusobola okubanga tukuyamba nga we tugenda mu maaso. Dakika ziri mukaaga zezakayita ku ssaawa ebbiri ez'okumakyambaniriza nnyo mwenna abatwekumiddeko obudde buno. Tuyingireko mawulire agabadde gye mutabadde gabaddewo olunaku lw'eggulo. Ekisooka poliisi nga mumanyi buli lunaku lwa Monday wabeerayo the weekly press briefing. Oyogerera poliisi omwami Fred Enanga n'aboogezi abalala we batera okuvaayo ne bannyonnyola biki ebiba bigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga mu mbeera bw'etyo. So olunaku lw'eggulo twalabyeko omwogezi wa poliisi omwami Fred Enanga ng'avaayo okwogera ku bigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga. Nja kwogera ku byeyogeddeko ebimu. Ekisooka, omwami Fred Enanga olunaku lw'eggulo yasabye eggwanga basooke nsookere ku nsonga y'omwami Siraji Bakaleke. Siraji Bakaleke yali wa police, Uganda Police Force, era abadde yabula obanga bamuteekako omusango gw'okudizaatinga. Okudizaatinga kwe kuva mu magye nga tofunye lukusa abanga amagye tegakukkiriza. So okumala emyaka 5 omwami ono abadde tali mu ggwanga era nga abadde anoonyezebwa ku musango guno ogwa desertion. Poliisi yatukakasizza nti no sabiti ewedde bamufunye omwami Siraji Bakaleke, era bwe bamaze omufuna ne bamaliza ne bamuwa ne police bond okubanga atandika okuwerenemba n'emisango gye ng'ava wabweru obanga reportinga ku kakalu ka poliisi oba kye bayita police bond. Yoyo omwami Siraji Bakaleke yabadde abuze okumala akaseera kangi, gibadde emyaka 5 bukyanga omwami ono alabika nga tuvuddeko kaawo. Era poliisi esabye abantu naddala abakozesa enguudo okubeera beegendereza mu kaseera kano nga enkuba efudde emba okufaako obufi. According to police, abantu abakozesa ekisooka enguudo mu mbeera ey'amankweto oba n'oyisiza mu bukubo obutono oba n'oyisa ku side of the road, poliisi bino ebiganye n'agamba ne bagamba nti yenna anaakwatibwa ng'agezaako okuba ng'amenyagana amateeka ajja kubanga avunaanyibwa ng'amateeka bwe galagira. Mu mbeera bw'etyo poliisi yasabye abantu abakozesa ebidduka tubeere beegendereza naddala ennaku zino ng'enkuba etonnya. Ekisooka enguudo zaffe si zennungi eziri awo ennyo ate wemunatandika okubanga tuyitiriza mbuko oba feeder roads oba etugezaako okumanuvaringa our way ng'oyita mu makuba agatali matuufu oba nga weeyisa mu mbeera etali nnungamu ku luguudo, poliisi egenda kubanga ekola kimu kyesobola okubanga ekulemesa mu mbeera eyo. Nga tuvuddeko kaawo tugendeko mu disitulikiti y'e Mukono. Ab'e-Mukono naddala abakulembera sente abaali bagaba ensimbi z'emyoga bavuddeyo ne balaga obutali mumativu bwabwe eri bannayuganda abasazeewo keyword abasazeewo okubanga bagaanira ddala okusasula ensimbi ezaabaweebwa gavumenti. Jjukira programu ez'enjawulo okuva programs eza NADS bonna bagaggawale then parish development model emyoga bino byonna zibadde initiatives ezibadde zikoleddwa gavumenti ya Uganda okubanga making sure nti n'abantu bejja mu bwavu. Mu programs ezo baleeta program ebadde esembeddeyo ddala nga tonnaba kutuuka parish development model ey'emyoga webaweera abantu abaana oba abavubuka ab'enjawulo ensimbi ez'okubanga bejja mu bwavu, naye abavubuka bano ensimbi zino bazikozesa mu mbeera etali nnungamu bulungi ate bagaanidde ddala okubanga bazisasula. So abali eyo abatambuza programu eno ey'emyoga bagambye bagenda kubanga batandika okubanga bakwata abantu bonna abaweebwa ensimbi zino nga tebaagala kuzisasula. So oba omanyi olina ensimbi z'abantu naddala abantu mu kifo ky'e Mukono eyo bannange mukwate musasula ensimbi ez'emyoga. Abantu bangi nabaganye okubanga basasula ensimbi zino nga bo bagamba gavumenti yabawa ssente kweriira, naye ndowooza awo twetaagamu kye bayita civic sensitization oba okuyigiriza abantu nti sente zino bazikuwadde naye ate tebazikuwadde kubanga weekubako nfuufu no. Sente zino bazikuwadde obeere ng'ozisiga osobole okubanga okungula ensimbi oba okungula bulungi oba ng'ozisiga mu investment enaakomyawo sente zino. Jjukira abantu abawa sente zino babakakasa mbu nno zino baziyita a revolving fund nti sente ziba zitambula okuva mu mikono egimu nga zidda mu mikono emirala. So we baba bakuwa ensimbi ogende weetandikireyo akantu akanaakuyamba kibeera kya mpisa nnyo okumaliriza nga ate obaddizaako obanga sente ozisasudde because oba okimanyi bakuwadde sente za bbanja. So mu mbeera bwetyo abantu abatwala ekitongole abatwala programu eno emyoga naddala mu Mukono bagambye nti nno kino kyekizibu kye basinza okubanga bafuna abantu baganye okubanga babasasula ensimbi zaabwe zibabawola. Typical Ugandan culture okubanga bakuwadde sente naye ate n'otayagala kubanga osasula. Ndowooza abantu b'e Katosi n'abantu b'e Mukono tubeeremu mpola mpola. Nga tuvuddeko kaawo oli omwana oba kati ono aba musajja yabeera muvubuka kaŋŋambe omuvubuka w'emyaka 18 bamuyita abadde yeeyita Dr. Ronnie wali ku Facebook abadde asuubiza abaana bawala ab'enjawulo emirimu naddala egy'obusawo naye ng'ate wabayita ku interview amaliriza nga abatuusizaako gwa buliisa maanyi oba nga abakase ekikolwa eky'omukwano. Omwami ono poliisi wegenza okubanga emukwata abadde yakakabasanya ndowooza abakyala abasukka mu 20 omwami ono babadde asuubiza emirimu n'amaliriza nga tagibawadde ate nga abakozesezza mu mbeera eyo. So ono yasembyeyo okubanga akwata omuzaalisa eyaloopye eri poliisi era omwami ono ne bamukwata. Abadde yeeyita Dr. Ronnie wali ku Facebook nga gyabadde asinziira okubanga asaba abantu okuweereza applications abo abagala emirimu egy'enjawulo. Babadde bamaze okubanga ba-applyinga nga bayita for a physical meeting oba bayita mu physical meeting abadde atwaliza akaaganya okubanga abamu abadraginga n'amaliza nga abakozesezza ate abalala n'abakako omukwano mu mbeera etali nnunga mu bulungi. Ono poliisi ng'eyita mu mwogezi waayo omwami Fred Enanga yavuddeyo n'ekakasa nti bino bituufu era bagenda kukola nga obuyinza bwe bulagira nga tuvudde nga bagenda kuba nga bamuteekako omusango ogwa rape of course ne fulalo okubanga weeyita kyotali. Oyo ye omwami Dr. Ronnie abadde yeeyita omusawo naye ate n'omusawo w'emyaka 18 ndowooza n'abakyala nabo abadde bagendayo okufuna emirimu beetaaga batandika okubanga balowoozako critically kubanga omuvubuka w'emyaka 18 naawe oba weebuuzaamu omuvubuka ono business yeddwaliro agijeewa expertise ne experience ebya nga muntu musawo aba agijeewa. So kwegamba ebintu ebyo tulina okubanga tubirowoozaako nga tugenda mu maaso. Bo aba NUP abatwalibwa wali mu General Court Martial baba basibibwa, in fact kati baba chargingira wali Makindye mu General Court Martial. Olunaku lw'eggulo banaku bantu 32 abaali basibibwa baweereddwa bail oba akakalu ka kooti mu mbeera bwetu. Babawadde bail era bagenda kubanga batandika okuwuliriza emisango gyabwe nga bava wabweru w'ekkomera. Ku bantu bano 32 abantu bana bokka be baweereddwako bail. Mu mbeera bwetyo munnamateeka waabwe George Musisi yalaze obutali bumatuvu ekisooka ng'agamba teri bujulizi bwabadde aligned oba bwe bataddewo mu maaso kubanga bavunaana abantu bano 32 abantu 3 ndoza kati basigadde 28 abantu 28 abali mu imprisonment. Ekyokubiri yakakasiza nti no ebbanga lye babasibidde ebbanga panvu nnyo emyaka 2 kuva 2021 paka ssaawa zino bano abaami n'abakyala badde tebannabata. So lino ebbanga liba lingi okubanga omuntu tolina bujulizi bumuvunaana ate n'osigala nga omukyajinze mu mbeete etali nnungamu bwetyo. So awo twalabye nga ne poliisi n'abantu bano aba NUP nga basaba bannange babate okuddamu okuwulira omusango gwabwe kwa lunaku lwa leero era wali Makindye. Bonna 28 bagenda kubeerawo balabe engeri oba basobola okuba nga babawa bail oba basobola okuba nga babaleka. Mu mbeera eyo twalabye nga ekisooka kooti y'amagye yasazeewo tebagenda kubanga babasalira nga ensi yonna ewulira. Ekisooka bannamawulire bonna bagenda kubanga tebakkirizibwa mu lutuula luno olwateereddwa wali mu General Court Martial nga bagamba abantu oba evidence oba abajulizi be baleese ku musango guno bagenda kuba tebafeelinga comfortable camera kubanga zibakwata mu maaso. So yo kooti yakkiriza kino era yagambye tebagenda kukkiriza bannamawulire bonna okubanga beetaba mu kuwulira omusango gwabo n'okugenda okubeerayo olunaku luno olwaleero. Ziri eddakiika 15 ezakayita ku ssaawa 2 ez'okumakya gwe yakanneegattako okyali ku Digitalk TV. Eno program bagiyita The Mighty Drive ebeerayo buli lunaku lwa Monday paka ku lunaku olwokutaano okuva ku ssaawa 2 paka ku ssaawa 4 ez'okumakya. Nga tugendeko e Masaka eyo Masaka Regional Police Headquarters banaatera okuba nga babagoba mu kizimbe mwe bali oba mwe bapangisa oluvannyuma lw'okumala emyaka 2 n'ekitundu nga tebasasula rent arrears zaabwe. Bannannyini kizimbe kino bavuddeyo ne balaajanira bannamawulire basooke boogere ku poliisi eno egufudde omuze okugaana okuba nga esasula rent. Kwe twogerera nga babanja miliyoni ezikunukkiriza okuwera miliyoni 86 ez'ensimbi eza wano. Jjukira poliisi esasula miliyoni 3.5 buli mwezi era ebadde emaze emyaka 2 n'ekitundu nga tesasula nsimbi zino. Abalandlord era nabo basabye poliisi okubanga webeeremeddwa okubanga esasula ensimbi zino eve mu kizimbe kyabwe ate nga nabo balowooza nti n'ekizimbe bbeeyi eno eya miliyoni 3.5 buli mwezi zaali z'akaseera ako. Budde buyiseewo ensangi zino ekizimbe kino kibalirirwamu okubanga omuntu asobola okuba nga akisasula miliyoni 6 buli mwezi. So abalandlord balabira ddala nti ne poliisi okusigala nga weeri awo egenda kusigala nga ebakozesa loose obanga n'ensimbi ze baali badde bafunamu tebagenda kuzifuna. Yayogerera poliisi y'e Masaka Regional Headquarters yakakasiza nti abadde takimanyi nti n'ensimbi zino zibanjibwa poliisi era n'agamba agenda kubanga asaba abantu bano abababanja babawandiikire officially nabo document eno bagitwalire bakama baabwe oba bakulu baabwe basobole okubanga basasula ensimbi zino ezibabanjibwa mu mbeera eyo yennyini. Yo kooti ewulira omusango gwa Sewanyana ne Seggirinya yavuddeyo olunaku lw'eggulo neewakanya omwami Male Mabirizi byabadde asaba. Male Mabirizi abadde asaba kooti eno omusango guno egusuule oba egudropping ng'egamba tewali bujulizi ate ne bano aba MPs abakwatibwa tibakwatibwa lwa misango egyo gyabajwetekako naye lwakuba lwanzikiriza yaabwe oba political affiliation yaabwe mu mbeera eyo. So Male Mabirizi yali yawandiikira kkooti eno ng'esaba omusango egusuule kkooti y'e Masaka nno eri mu kuwulira omusango guno ebasaba omusango guno bagusuule kuba tegulina basis evidence or grounds. Naye mu mbeera eyo abakooti bawakanyiza omwami be yagambye Male Mabirizi era ne bagamba bagenda kubanga beeyongerayo mu maaso n'omusango guno ogwa Alan Sewanyana n'omukulu Segirinya. Jjukira bano nno bakwatibwa mu mwaka gwa 2021 mu mwezi gwali gwa mwenda oba September ow'omwaka gwa 2021 era baakajja bateebwe ndowooza sabbiiti nga 2 oba 3 emabega kooti bwe yabawa bail ate bail nebeera respected by the security operatives in this country. Ziri eddakiika 19 ze zaakayita ku ssaawa 2 ez'okumakya. Muzikirize nsooke mbawe story eno enaamaliriza amawulire g'olunaku olwaleero era ekyali ku mubaka Segirinya olunaku lw'eggulo yagenze n'akyalirako omwami Nadduli nga Alhaji Nadduli ndowooza mujjukira Alhaji Nadduli yali yafiirwa omwana we Jakana Nadduli era mu mbeera eyo omwami Segirinya abadde tatuukangayo okubanga amugumya omwami ono eyafiirwa mutabani we. So olunaku lw'eggulo Segirinya yabaddeko ewa Alhaji Nadduli okubanga amukyalirako olunaku olw'eggulo. Mawulire malungi okulaba nti tulina abantu nga amazima wadde tebakwatagana mu politics naye ng'asobola okuba nga agenda n'amukyalirako mpola mpola. Ndowooza geega amawulire gembadde nago olunaku olwaleero. Ke kaseera tusooke tuwumule muzire eddakiika 2 zennyini ezakayita ku ssaawa 2 ez'okumakya. Tugenda kuba nga tuwumulamu katono. Olunaku olwaleero tusuubira omwami Maseruka Sadat ono naava mu kibiina ekya Alliance for National Transformation ye Youth Coordinator w'ekibiina ekyo wano mu Buganda Region. Era tugenda kuba twogera ku nsonga nnyingi ezigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga ne mu kibiina kino ekya ANT na buli kimu ekyetaaga okuba nga kyogerwako in terms of politics. Tulina omwami Maseruka Sadat. So mu mbeera eyo muzikirize tuwumulemu katono we tukomawo tugenda kuba tweyongerayo n'emboozi eno.
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Are you craving for that special meal that will entice your taste buds and leave you with lasting thrilling memories? Look no further. Spice Island Bulenga has got your answer. Natural, fresh and delicious juice, the best meals. Don't miss our daily specials from Monday to Sunday. Pizza Wednesday, Saturday Pizza Bonanza, you buy one and take 2. Come dine with us and feel the experience. We are located at Prime Shopping Center in Bulenga, Mitiana Road. For inquiries, call us on 0704111720. Spice Island, we treat your cravings.
Fellow citizens, following the sequence of events, Uganda seems to be at political crossroads.
I'm not a servant of anybody.
Madam, I know the law.
As such, Alternative Digitalk brings you the Interface Show with retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besuje.
Let's keep on the same page on Alternative Digitalk,
as he gives you the alternatives on the transition question, rule of law, human rights and freedom, youth inclusion in governance, economic stagnation, as he confirms.
I'll be always here Saturday from 10 a.m. in the morning. Be there.
Don't miss the live discussion on the Alternative Uganda, Digitalk TV Facebook pages, and the Alternative Uganda YouTube channel.
Looking for a pair of shoes? Les Up Stores has a wide range of selection for unisex footwear. We have the best quality of all brands at pocket-friendly prices, and we make deliveries countrywide. Just place your order or reach us on 0772 080090. You can also check up at Less Up stores on all our social media platforms. Less Up, craft your own footprints.
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Amacha malungi abatukereddeko ku mpewo zaffe za The Alternative Digital ku Faroida Bikobiri gemanya gange ndi mu studios n'omukulu Edgar Matthew Karhanga ne Mr. Maseruka Sadat. Tugenda kubanga ate twogera ku bwetegefu bw'aba youth oba abavubuka okulaba nti ate batwala ebifo ebya leadership. Awo nno munnange omukulu ono ava side eri mu political party ya AMT. So nno tugenda kubanga tunyumyamuko atubuulire bo nga basirise nnyo bali kuki bakyakola bateekateeka bakola ground oba beetegekera 2026 tubalinde mu 2026. Ajja kubanga byonna abitunnyonnyola kubanga ye coordinator w'aba youth wano mu Buganda. So tujja kubanga njagala okukubiriza mubeereko tunyumyemu wamu mwe abavubuka. Do you think you are prepared okubanga ate babawa ebifo ebyobufuzi oba ebya leadership ne mu bitambuza bulungi nnyo kubanga abatono betulabyeko batu disappointing. And we have had a lot of people say it is really hard to work with the youths. So tujja kubanga ate tunyumyamu buzibu ki bwe tuyina era butya bwe tuyinza okubwejjamu. Nenga njagala okutegeeza olunaku lwa kubiri. So tujja kubanga tambula mpola we are making the 13th day of Ramadan. Njagala okubeebaza abali mu kisiibo nti mwebala ate kukitambuza bulungi. Olunaku lw'eggulo twayogeddeko ku developing new habits okulaba nga ate otambuza lifestyle yo. Now ngenda kukubuulira how do you develop a new habit nebeera nga tekumenya. You are going to use the 2190 rule. The 2190 rule states that it takes 21 days to make a habit and 90 days to make it a permanent lifestyle change. It will take you 21 days to make a habit and 90 days to make it a permanent lifestyle change. Nti bw'omala ennaku 21 ng'okola ekintu buli lunaku kisigala kiba tekikyakumenya. It becomes part of you like kikwanguyira okukola. Bw'okikola for 90 days, that is 3 months. Kiba kifuuse part of you, ikisizaawo your lifestyle. Okya-adoptinze bulungi nnyo, kiba tekikyakumenya. So nno gwe twagambye ku developing new habits olunaku lwa yesterday, now you know how you are going to develop those new habits nga tokalubiriziddwa. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning. Kujja konze 2130 rule eyo nze nga sigikiriza 90 rule.
Lwaki togikiriza?
I have done some things for 90 days and still didn't feel like doing them again. I feel it's a burden. So
why? But it depends the intention of what was the intention. Were you being forced? Were you doing it to be part of you? So will you tukola ekintu kistandikira ku intention of doing it?
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Then why are you forcing it on you?
Because I don't feel comfortable doing it, but I know it's the best thing for me.
So no, you cannot adopt something you are not feeling comfortable doing. We adopt things we want to be part of us. If you aren't comfortable doing something, don't adopt it. Because you don't get up.
For example, katinga okujoginga n'okuwakinga out. Ng'okimanyi kigenda kuyamba. Naye after 90 days ngera kikyakukoyokera ku makyo ogenda odduke.
Because we believe that after 90 days you are seeing results, so oyina katika motivation akakusikiriza kubanga oposhinga.
Maybe I'm the problem.
You must be the problem.
Sadat, you're welcome
to
the show.
Thank you. I'm fine and good morning viewers. Sadat Maseruka is my name. Yes, I'm happy again to be here at the Big Talk.
Okay. Is there any comment you have on that 2190 rule?
The 2190 rule is good in theory. Because if I force myself to do something that I actually feel that I'm uncomfortable with, I will just make sure that I capture the 90 days and I go back to my usual habits.
The false setting.
Yes, and it is whereas change of habits is psychological, but also forcing yourself onto something you yourself know that I am
not going to get a malakona.
Yes,
that's
but,
the thing.
So in most cases, there are those that will feel that I am tired of this habit, and from day one, they will reform. There are those that will even go to rehab, but they will never leave a bad habit.
So basically, it's a choice.
It is. I said it is psychological.
Adopting a new habit is a choice. Someone
choose,
shouldn't be forcing you to
and
do it. It should be you.
You make a decision that this, from today onwards, to hell with this. And you will not do it again. It will all depend on the 90 days. No rule will ever solve that. Because I don't think that if somebody going into a habit, it doesn't mean that you have to first practice it for a little period of time. So that is different. That's an addiction. But if you're having a habit, it's that something that is within you that you choose to behave that way.
Yeah.
So that means again you don't need another some number of days to keep yourself away from doing that habit. Just instantly broke such a habit.
So Linda ko ataka tolese dynamic empia. Now what's the distinction between, I thought addiction and a habit practically are the same.
You see they are different.
No, they are not the same.
They are different. Why? A habit is somebody may have a habit of mocking others, having no empathy. But there are certain things that you do and you may think that they are normal, but they are bad. But for an addiction, it is something that you bring onto your life. For instance, you get addicted to use of drugs. You were never using drugs, and clearly, if you are put away from drugs, even by another person, you can change. But nobody can take away from your habit. For instance, if someone has a habit of overeating, let me say. So you are going to tell me that because you keep them away from food, they will not.
So what will they eat when we are keeping food away?
They will look for
it. The moment you release them.
And whether there are many people who are addicted to food, and okay, it's a habit of overeating.
Just a habit of overeating, but I want to say it is easier to drop a habit than drop addiction.
Yes.
That is the distinction.
Okay, and how do you know you have a habit of overeating? Let me give you
one. Why are you?
When you want to know that you have a habit of overeating, first of all, you wake up to eat. That is the first sign that you have a habit of eating. The second sign that you have a habit of eating, you eat while hiding. Ofuna ebyokulya ng'obikweka ng'obirya anti byonna n'ogenda eri n'olya n'omala n'okomawo eno for me I'm okay, I'll just eat scasful naye nga g'omanyi gye wabadde eri. So Maseruka tukwaniriza nnyo tandika okubuuza ku batulabye kabatuka wali mutulaba olwaleero.
Yes, good again, good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, mbabuuzaako mwenna abali mu kisiibo, assalamu alaikum. Wera neyanza okuba wano leero nga tudiscassinga ku nsonga lwaki abavubuka tebavuddeeyo nnyo kubanga batekinga mantle in the national leadership of this country. And greetings from the Alliance for National Transformation, and we are there moving.
I can see
moving.
Yes, that is
Farida has tried to humble her question.
That is the question. That's the question that
I knew Edgar was going to be sarcastic, so but then no more so.
Yes, yes. We are moving as a political party that set up, which was now we are soon making our another birthday on the 19th of May. Yes, 19th of May 2019, we launched the party, and we told people that it won't be an easy journey to transform the lives of Ugandans and transform their mentality and thinking to the right course. So if you are saying that we're on a journey to transforming first of all the lives, the thinking and behavior of Ugandans back to the course. We know that it has taken ever since independence, whereby we have been playing politics for the sake of politics. So it is not easy to change people from what they had been accustomed to.
Yeah.
So that's why we are moving at the pace. Some of you think that it is slow, but very many people are waking up to the realities that this is not the country that we saw that is the pearl of Africa, or that we say that our motto is for God and my country. So whoever believes that we have to go back to the right course, it is the right party for you.
So, Timuli Kuchi, what are you exactly doing? Because to Valavi Nyoko front, high commodity prices, but the one and
high commodity prices is not peculiar to Uganda.
So, what exactly ANT is on, like Muli Kuchi?
ANT has just concluded participated one of the worst elections in this country, in the by-election. And if we proceed in that, yes, we...
One of Serere.
The Western is putting it in, you might think, and you're participating.
Yes, it is the ANT that was fatally brutalized in that election. And these are the realities that we must face while going forward. That whereas an election is organized, people are allowed to campaign, but the question is, are people allowed to make their choices? Or are people allowed to vote? Or if they realize that their choices are different from those that have the power, they will do whatever within their means with impunity to make sure that the voices of the people are not heard. So we participated in the Serere by-election. The results that are portrayed... Yes, the results that are portrayed are different from what actually happened. If you have no elections, whatever result or number you're given, you are happy with it because you are actually expecting a zero or nothing at all. So in that situation, we should now ask ourselves that is it really worth going for an election, investing time, you campaign, the Electoral Commission is helpless, and it is up to the military to decide who will get which votes? We are not saying that our election was rigged. We say that the election was marred with a lot of irregularities. You see, okugenda mu mbuga z'amateeka is ideal. Eno by election yekisooka. Ekyokubiri, we babanga ababadde balina okudecidinga tebafunye mukisa deciding nga abadde balina okukuuma akalulu, abadde balina okukubiriza akalulu, bo benyini tebatuse ku polling station. Electoral Commission, the agents of candidates, and also the voters themselves have not gone to the polling station. So what are you going to get from court? Because the results they are reading for you, even the person that is staying at that polling station, manning that polling station, will tell you, I don't know how this, what numbers are faced here. Secondly, ever since we are all old people, even the viewers will call and tell us, where have you ever seen an election where the voter turnout is 100%? Where?
It's hard.
It's not hard, but it is never. At least somebody is busy, at least somebody comes late.
At least someone is dead.
At least someone is dead. But Serere is a unique... Serere is a unique place that, or at a polling station, at a sub-county, nobody missed, nobody was sick, nobody died within that period of time.
Where were you agents, the people that were supposed to man those polling centers?
Yes, that's a good question. Where were our agents? Our agents are Ugandans like any other. And being an agent does not mean that you are immune to arrest or you are immune to a kidnap.
Do you say they were arrested and kidnapped? Is that what you're trying to assert?
What is kidnap? Kidnap is wholly incarcerating you without cause.
Yes.
And thereafter, without need for you, they release you. Yes, most of the people that were deployed on various polling stations were just picked up. Others did not make it to the polling stations, but in the evening they surfaced. And they will tell where they were, that yes, for me, I was there. So and so came with the military, asking whose agent is here, whose agent is there. They go with you.
I saw there's a gentleman they wanted to arrest from your political party, the head of the youth, the national coordinator. What is he called? Agapa Nelson?
Yes. Now, if he gets an opportunity to narrate his story, he will tell you how most of the agents ended up hiding in primary schools, any nearby shelter, so that they are not brutalized. So. We lost track, especially when the things that are unfolding. We just kept silent when there was huge vote rigging in Kayunga, and it was the precursor that people are doing things with impunity, provided there is no one to capture them on camera. Whatever you say cannot be proven, so they make sure there is no journalist around. Your phone is incapacitated, or you have no phone that can take a picture, and the only thing that you can rely on is what you call hearsay evidence.
But Maseruka Sadat, yes, right? Yes. Many people have talked about this. Messenger has talked about these things. Recently, Chagulanyi talked about these things. You know these things.
You see, that's what I told you. That going in an election, it is even the people that you have talked about will tell you that the only opportunity that a political party has to mobilize and reach to the people is through elections or by-elections. So, whereas she was asking why didn't you go to court, the answer is there. We were expecting what was happening or what happened. So, an option of going to court was not part, but our option we had was to reach to the people, to get an opportunity to interact with the people. Because we, according to the laws that are around, opposition political parties can only get an opportunity to actually freely meet with the people in elections. So, regardless the outcome, the message is sent. People are made, mobilizations are made, and structures are built. So, it is not entirely that the only outcome from such an election must be a win, but also the opportunity to change and reach to the people has to be exploited. So we participate under that guise. Because at the end of the day, they are going to rig the election. That one is known.
So why are you even participating in this election?
So you mean we should do nothing at all? We should not go mobilize people? We should not go talk to people? We should not go sensitize people?
No, there are people who are saying, yes. People have a school of thought of, you know the status quo. You have tried everything for the last 37 years. Mugezezako buli kakodyo. Nenga muchimanyi patterns zezimu. By the way, patterns, that's why I'm thinking you are using a different tool that can work for a different. It's like using a panga to sharpen a pencil, right? Muchimanyi bulungi tineno eganyo kola. Nabagezezako bakunga mukozese another mode, a modus operandi. Era nawe mujiganyi muchalemedde kubundi.
The modus operandi that you are talking about, or another form of approach, which we entirely disagree with, is that if you boycott, for instance, the elections, would that mean that that particular constituency will not be represented?
It will be represented.
So it will be represented by who? So that means a boycott is not an option, because whether you want to participate or not, knowing the outcome, at least you can achieve the others. But with the total boycott, it will be a total blackout. Even those that still have hope in being with you, associating with you, will lose even the small structure that you are having, the small opportunity to at least keep those that you have so far mobilized. So you look at the situation and say, yes, if I do not go in an election, there will be somebody declared. If I participate in this election, somebody will be illegally declared. But what are the consequences of not participating? I will not be in position to reach to the people, because throughout the entire 5 years, you cannot hold a rally, not until the election time. So when we go for elections, we maximize that opportunity to meet as many people as possible to send the change message.
I don't know if I'm the one who's complicating things. But,
Okay.
But what what I'm trying to say is, do you accept that we are in an abnormal situation? Why is it that the opposition of this country has stayed normal? In an abnormal situation? Or you feel it's a normal situation we are in?
The situation is not normal. That's
but why are you sticking to the books?
Sticking to the books is because we know the form of anarchy that can come out of not sticking to the books. You see, if there is lawlessness everywhere, there will be there will be anarchy.
I've not said lawlessness.
Because if you are saying that, why are you sticking to the book? Because
no, yes,
because it is the right.
But there is a different mechanism to really
a different mechanism of dealing with what? For instance, an election where after the Electoral Commission has declared candidates, has put up a mechanism of looking for votes. There is a law that everybody must follow. Police officers, army officers are not supposed to participate in the elections. It's a law. There is they are not supposed to be within the police station when they are armed. It is a law. People must come and vote freely. It is a law. So, if you want to say that we should change the law, that actually we should not campaign and just go for elections, or we should make a law that elections should not be held, because the issue is the laws are there, but are they respected? Because
no, they are not.
They are not. That's what I'm trying to show you.
And if they are not respected, you should point out and show that yes, we are moving by the book, but it is not us that are disrespecting the law. The ones that are, you gave who you are before you get power.
Is the same person.
Must be the identity you have when you take power. So we want to tell the people that the path we took was to bring back Uganda to the course, and we do not say that it will be easy, and we do not say that we must achieve it in the short term. It must be achieved, and whoever believes that for the last 37 years we have had, or we are moving on the wrong path, must believe that there is a different path that we must take. And that does not mean that it must be done haphazardly. Does not mean that we must always parade ourselves as if we are doing something, yet we are doing nothing.
That means the dictator is still here.
That is your opinion.
Because Ugandans...
yes.
Is there something that you're telling Ugandans that they don't know? Because let me give you an example. Over the time, the political atrocities have been happening here. Yes. Ugandans have been saying, the time they have shot Ugandans down, they have seen the corruption rates in this country. Every Ugandan knows, and we have normalized it. If you realize, Ugandans see what is going on in their country. They are not fools,
yes.
Right? And many political players have talked to them. The way you're doing it, saying we are building from the grassroots, telling people down, the last common man, to realize what is happening. But Ugandans know, and over time they have not reacted from what they have told them. Some have even been battered and they have not reacted. What gives you assurance that in the end of the day, you as ANT going to tell them the same message will be maybe a stepping stone for the change that you need in Uganda?
The assurance you have is that Uganda lost course, and everybody knows it.
Yes.
And the assurance that we further have is that all other strategies have been tried. They are sure. Yes, and you cannot accuse a strategy that you have not tried not to be working. For instance, all other opposition parties, for instance, are trying what you believe can shake the dictator, not so? Yeah. And then they have done nothing. Exactly. And he's still around. Power. But it is the ANT with a different approach that now you are saying, no, for your approach will not take, but the other ones, it do not take, but again, yours will not take. So I am confused with such a submission. Yes, the one that has been existing as an opposition strategy has not taken power.
Hasn't taken power yet.
Then a new strategy has come up, but again you are shooting it immediately This one we won't take. And we understand that the level of frustration amongst Ugandans is that they want results immediately. And we have no problem with that. But we also have to be realistic and tell them the truth. That yes, this is the way we are supposed to do things.
Yeah,
in the
to talk.
And yes, because I know the level of frustrations, some Ugandans, those that have not eaten yesterday, those that are hungry today, those that are unemployed, would want solutions immediately. But they don't want to blame the first strategies that they involved themselves in that did not work. They want to blame the new one that is emerging. But the new one that is emerging is telling you that we are on a wrong course. We have been doing things not in the right way. Please give us time so that we organize. And we understand we are fully to blame because for the last 37 years, we have not been engaging a strategy that the ANT is bringing. But at the same time, we cannot shoot it down because the ones that have been existing up to today for the last 37 years have only taken us to getting a few MPs.
Okay. Sadat.
Yes.
According to the ANT strategy, do you believe
yes,
a vote will oust Mr. President from that seat?
According to the ANT, we believe organizing and formulating people into what we call a formidable force that is structured through a revolution, through elections, through any means, provided people are well organized, people are well structured, people are involved in the change that they want to do from their villages. They know and how to make decisions of who to better govern them. They can change this country, whether by the ballot or by any other means.
But you have just stated that the person who organizes the elections is the one that is the head of the state.
Yes, because,
so that means his interests will be at the forefront.
True.
So how
this is because we are having masses that are actually sleeping on their rights. We have masses that actually don't know that actually they have the right to decide who should be their leaders. You will move to a parish election supervisor, a presiding officer, who actually does not know that he has more power than a police officer at the polling station. So by giving our participation in the elections, it gives them the assurance, gives them the necessary knowledge, because there is no civic education. It is actually political parties.
Mr. Maseruka, do you believe that you are going to go in the villages deep down there and you will mobilize people, that you will understand their mandate to go and vote their leaders? But what happens after the polling day is not within their capacity.
That's what I was. Thank you for bringing it back. That's what I was telling you. That the decision is on who should govern people is solely by the people. So the issue of saying that we shall vote somebody and that person, it is overturned, will be no more. The moment people understand that if we vote for so and so, it is at the polling station. It's a matter of endorsement at the tally center. The moment the people will understand that there is nobody, if you are not a voter, that is allowed to be in an electoral area, including police or the army, they will not be there. But the moment that you allow them to even make decisions for you, because this election, these votes are not stolen at the highest level, at the counting level. At the polling station, people believe that there are certain powers that will come and make that decision for them. It is at the ballot box that a decision is made. And to change that, you must continuously talk to people so that they lose that fear that a police officer attached at a polling station is not there to make for me a decision. It is my decision. When I say police officer, more than 2 or 3 coming at a polling station, it is illegal. They will leave because the people will have asserted their authority. But secondly, we should also understand that it is only political parties, especially those in opposition, that in electoral matters that carry out civic education. But at the same time, under the Public Management Act, they are not allowed, Public Order and Management Act, they are not allowed to move in the population. So it is only through election time that we have a lot of things to do. You sell your manifesto, sell your candidate, sensitize people about their rights, and also at the same time instill confidence into them. That is a huge job to be done within a short period of time. But we are moving. We are taking it on. And the element of saying that it has been done and there are no results, the results are there. I've told you in Serere there was no what we call semblance of an election. But we got 3,000 votes from where? Because at the start of the election, they realized that they are going to lose the election. They had to manage it. People don't come out of your hearts to come and vote because they had already predicted the outcome that people are not going to vote us. So let they not vote entirely. But again, they will have an opportunity of giving us 0 and will not have complained because we will not participate. But if they believe that at least you are worth 3,000, they actually acknowledge that you are growing political party. Your influence is growing in that area. So, at the end of the day, our role as leaders is to stand with our people. And if you cannot be a leader and claim that, yes, I lead in a political party, when you are supposed to show leadership, you don't appear. Boycotting an election, to me, is just endorsing already something that is really know that's going to happen. But participating and actually proving that
legitimizing the election.
And legitimizing an election.
Just a minute. Yes, you realize, Maseruka, that many political analysts or many people who see the political spectrum of Uganda have mentioned that the opposition here is mainly to legitimize government. That for the sake of the international community or for their own lookers, there is a parliament in Uganda, right? There are elections every after 5 years, right?
Yes.
There are people like the ANT that will come and they will be given 3,000 votes and they will be comfortable.
And they will be okay with
There will be people like the Chagulanyis that will go in an election that has been brutal all the way. They've not been allowed to do a rally, to do anything. They've not been allowed to talk to the people. They've not been allowed to even count their election. Their agents have been kidnapped, tortured, and some killed. All that, and then you go and get a 3.5 million, and according to your analogy, it is fine, as that shows that we are building something. There is traction, there is a track record. But at the end of the day, do you know that you are legitimizing a regime that is doing atrocities to you?
You see, I don't agree with saying that participating in an election is legitimizing.
Because you know what is going to come out, don't you?
Legitimization of the process is accepting the outcome, or is not pointing out that there's something wrong. Secondly, how are you going to disagree with the process that you have not participated in? Surely, yes, they may have done it in the past.
For 5 times.
Yes, they may have done it.
In fact, 6.
Yes, but each and every election comes with these all new challenges, and they are peculiar from the previous one. I told you, I was in Kayunga, and I witnessed what happened. But what happened in Soroti was an improvement in rigging on what happened in. So in Serere, what happened was actually let them not even come to vote. Let no media house move. Let the electoral commission be housed there wherever the headquarters.
Which has been there for the past. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
there is a common denominator.
I'm going
for the past 6 times. Those things have happened.
I'm going back to the issue of legitimization of the processes.
Yes.
It's one time the leader of EFF,
Julius Malema.
Yes. While they were forming the EFF, they were asked that you have left ANC and you have started the EFF, but you are anti-white domination and the likes, and you are at the same time against fellow blacks, the ANC. But at the same time, you want to participate and go in the parliament that is dominated, or that is a structure of the creation of the people that you are fighting. The answer was very simple. That the issue of participating is not the issue of participation is not that we support, or we are legitimizing what is happening. We are actually participating to show them that this is how things are supposed to be done. We are going to parliament not for business as usual. We are going to participate to show them how things are supposed to be done. If we do not participate at that level, how will we be in position to set an example? If we are not involved in these elections, how are we going to give these testimonies? How are we going to be in position to benchmark and advocate for better electoral policies and laws? How are we going to call out on those that have taken this country on the wrong path? How are we going to show the country that, yes, whereas others are campaigning while insulting others, we are selling an agenda? So
you have an idea.
That means that you must participate in an election, not to legitimize it, but to change it for the better. We are doing that.
Okay. Right.
You see, Maseruka,
Yes.
we are not saying your strategy wouldn't work or won't work,
Yes.
but we are saying if that strategy is applied here as Uganda is now,
For now.
It will not make any
and why we have even legit reasons for the last 37 years. Okay, let's say
But
for the last 27 years
away from
we
that
have not
discussion
seen
That is okay, but that is okay. We are going for today's topic, but Ugandans should never be doing that. They do not deserve better.
We deserve better.
Yes, if for the last 37 years you believe that a strategy that is bringing what we call a sanitization of the political culture in this country is wrong, and you are accustomed to the politics of insults and the likes, I don't think the Ugandans, that's what they want. And I know Ugandans know they lost their path, and they are very grateful that there is a new formidable force that came up in 2019. So whereas individuals should be blamed, we should actually we should be grateful to the NT to be bold enough to say that yes, others want to
we are different,
normal, but it is already an abnormal situation. We must take it back to normalcy.
Okay, and build it from scratch.
Thank you so much.
Fine, let's continue.
The reason why they are building structures, which is okay. Our topic of today is assessing the youth preparedness to lead Uganda. Do you think the youths of Uganda are prepared to lead?
The youth of Uganda are prepared to lead. But there are certain strategic mistakes that were made or that are being made by our elders that are actually frustrating the emergence of young people.
Exactly.
Yes. For instance, it was good, and I was against it, but it was a personal view, but the popular view carried the day.
Against what?
It was the constitutional amendment, the age limit amendment, whereby they say that a young person at the age of 18 can aspire to be the president of the Republic of Uganda. But also at the same time, you can be the president of the Republic of Uganda till God calls you. Now, technically at the age of 18, you cannot be president of the Republic of Uganda. Whereas you may love to, but have you ever thought that of what will happen if an 18-year-old becomes president after 5 years? And they're supposed to be at least be president for 10 years. So what happens after that to that individual? Secondly, it gives room to the young people to be comfortable that yes, I can wake up at 90 and contest as a president.
For president.
So why should I be aspiring now?
Why should I be in a hurry?
Why should I be in a hurry? You see? So that window also gives the ones that are current in the 50s and 60s an opportunity to say, young people, why are you in a hurry?
Take your time.
For me, I'm 60 and I've not even gotten that idea.
I've not even thought of living.
Yes, no, don't even of having an idea of contesting for presidency, but for you at 20 you want. Surely you will have till 80 or 90 until God calls you to what? So it creates what we call competition where it is unnecessary.
Exactly, between the old and the young.
Definitely. And you will find that most of the emergence of young people in any democracy to take on the mantle depends on the mentorship from the old.
Exactly.
So what picture did Katumbas contesting for presidency paint to the youths? Katumba oye.
With all due respect to Katumba, it portrayed Katumba as an individual, a focused young man. But to the youth movement in Uganda, it was just a form of a show up. For instance, you can attend a fashion show. You look at well-dressed designers, how they have designed, but there's nothing that we're going to take home. You just go there for fun. So that's why whatever Katumba said in the election, you cannot remember Katumba Oil. So at the end of the day, yes, okay.
That is what you remember.
That is what I can remember. That whatever Katumba was advocating for, at least I remember that he was saying Katumba Oil. So
just a question.
It portrays the young people here.
What did you hear? What did you hear from Katumba?
No, I still remember a lot of things from Katumba, Edgar.
Just give us
not
like
Katumba Oil. I only pointed Katumba Oil because it would make you
remember. Let's continue.
So it was, whereas it was a blessing, however, it was to the detriment of the young people, to show that the young people, there's no such a semblance of having ideas, a semblance of saying that these young people actually are on a cause, because you would have even had Mokatumba talking about issues of young people. You would have had Mokatumba advocating for the young people, but the most, and it is true, he was saying something for the young people. Yeah, but the most interesting thing that the young people bought from Katumba was Katumba Oil. Why? It is portrayed that a fellow young person at the age of Katumba, with no any other responsibility apart from himself, was only there to what we call as an icebreaker in an election.
Let me ask you
that when you want to go for serious matters, there are those that you look at. If you want to have the fanfare of the elections,
look at
did his candidature inspire youths to join politics?
I don't think if there is anybody that was inspired by that, they can make a phone call and they.
But let me ask you something. There is a famous writer who says dreams of a country are built on the dreams of young people in that country. And in this particular analogy, you realize there are young people trying to dream, but then there are old men or old people trying to water down their dreams. This process, or what you're talking about, for me, I had noted it down as a deadwood problem. That particular issue, what do you think? What does it bring to a country at the end of the day? How does it culminate? What is coming out of this?
About the current law.
That fight. Because it's actually a fight.
The fight is frustrating. Is frustrating the ready youth that are preparing themselves or that are already prepared to lead. When you follow the current political trends, you find that a section of young people, and in this I don't mean in their 30s, around their 40s, they are trying to organize themselves for leadership. But at the end of the day, they are scared of shooting above their weight because they don't see the exit of their elders. That's why it has to be an anonymous struggle that for a young person or for young people to have a representative, they have to first fight an existing old person. In political parties, it is there. In the national setting, it is there. In our constituencies, it is there. So the youth preparedness is dependent on the goodwill
of the old.
People.
And they clearly know it. That is why you go to countries like Zimbabwe, where the old Shangarai groomed young people to take over from him. And the most of the challenges that he was facing was from fellow aging politicians that thought that they were to die with their struggle. But with the mentorship and farsightedness, the man realized that the struggle has to be inherited by a much more younger person. Nelson Chamisa was groomed. But in this situation, again, when you look at the scenario of Uganda, you find that emergence on the national scene is dependent on how you are so loyal
to the regime.
No, to your political mentors in the political party or in the system.
Hey.
Yes, for instance, if you are by chance elected an MP, it will not be your competence to determine which committee you will lead or you will be part of. to depend on your
allegiance to the speaker.
Not only to the speaker, but to where you come from. So it curtails free speech, it curtails free thinking, and emergence and exhibition of abilities by young people. And in this regard, you find that the moment, as time goes, by the time this person, because being young, it is transition, by the time somebody becomes independent enough to make those decisions, is now also frustrating those ones that are emerging. So the cycle continues, because he has also now grown. He's now in his 50s. That's when he's getting the liberty and independence to do whatever they want. Yet, from the onset, it has been normalized that young people must always be in the shelter of the old, but I don't know what they are sheltering the young people from. So the emergence and preparedness of the young people is there. Young people, on their own initiative, on their own volition, they have done their best. But also there is the system as it is structured, from the laws that I've explained to the parties that we come from. There is no support system for the young people. I'll give an example of a country like again South Africa. You'll see that the emergence of young people to challenge the status quo in South Africa was structured. The young people were able to access media houses, were able to access the best mentors they will ever have. You see, all faults you can give the party like ANC, you cannot fault it for not having leaders. To an extent that one can be, the party can lose confidence in one and another emerges immediately. And also you'll find that most of the current opposition to that political party were actually trained and groomed members of that political party.
Yes.
You ask yourself, who are the inheritors of all the political parties that we are in at the moment?
There is none. I cannot look at any.
Whom you see that is emerging, that in the absence, or in case of anything, unfortunately,
this person
can
we don't have any. Even if it's NUP, ANT.
So the question is,
NRM, FDC.
Aren't there young people in those political parties?
They are there.
So the answer is the frustrations from those that are supposed to provide the mentorship, he's really lacking. And whereas
that's what you would say.
I would not say
there's no will.
Competition is not
no, because we realize the older folks are the ones to hold the hand.
Let
and
me say there
is
no
goodwill. There is no goodwill.
There's no goodwill because they also still they
want those positions. But also let's go to the young people that fortunately have taken up leadership positions. Kanchize mu Luganda. Olwo betulonze naddala abakulembeze bafe abavubuka ne tubawo ebifo eby'amaanyi naye bana abavubuka bali mukola omulimu ogwo abaweesa ebifo tuba tukozeewo just tugambe kuba weve yasinga yali ya 2021 abavubuka bangi abali mu parliament abavubuka bangi ba councillor but from the time these people yatuleeterayo naye nga tetulaba abavubuka mulimu gw'amaanyi gwe bakola oba ffe abatalaba
kakati ekyewuunyisa 86% of the parliament they are youth. But
the folks I'm seeing still debating issues, especially in committees, even on the floor of parliament.
They're older guys. Ku debate ya Katumba oil.
Yes, sir.
Nti wetubanga tulonda abavubuka, it's not about biology. That on alimu age bracket ya abavubuka, it is the enough qualification okubanga are representing abavubuka. Representing abavubuka kino going beyond that. Kino okuba nti ono exposing ideals oba ali competent enough okutuweereza. So ogenda kusanga nti parliament ejjude mu bavubuka naye nga the way gye baatuuka mu parliament ne bakola mu parliament actually painting a picture embiiri omuvubuka. Naye ate tuba regarding nti bavubuka because of their biology, because of their date of birth. But in actual sense, they are not the actual representatives of the interests of the young people. Kakati bwo followinga nnyo okugamba nti abavubuka bazze ne bakwata positions. But positions ze bakutte abamu they would have been followers of those that actually have the vision for the young people. Yensonga lwaki wetuddayo mu associations zaffe abasinga ba imagines as a result of their so much allegiance
to the party
and to the leaders, and these leaders now suubira na getting comfortable to tali threat jendi tali harmful tali ambitions beyond governing a constituency. So onamu opportunities zonna olw'ensonga tajja ku threatening oba tamulaba musuubi oba ne bwamu emyaka. For instance, waliwo omuntu omusijja mwogera alinya bamuwa ticket on grounds n'afuka MP grounds that nti kijja mutwalira ebbanga dene nnyo okustabilizinga nti wanaga nti kati wanafunira capacity and expertise challenging status quo ngobude bugenzi nga bafunye ebbanga kati ne balondayo yali crude naga gendo representing abantu because bamanyi nti ne bwalwana nnyo nga afunye ekirowoozo alina bingi ebyokukola okubanga atuuka ku wali bamulabiramu essuubi. So such calculations are made. Yega nti Edigono more platform within 2 weeks ajja kuba kubiseeko kati awo Ediga yetumuleke tuleete ono ntono wanafulira amagezi nga tufunye omulala. So by that you find that dogeno kusanga olinga agawa naye yakikirira ye MP w'ekitundu naye nga ayigira ku mulimu. By the time aize ate opportunity nga bagijjawo kati dolaba nti ever we are always training grooming, but the question is abavubuka abali trained abali groomed baddawa nti we're getting a much empowered
or becoming a threat.
That means kati oba tocha umbrella jolimu bakati ogisusse
tochakwatibwako
so they have to cut it down to size. So it's frustrating abamu ne basalona ga bagenze kubeyawo ne bagamba nti they have abandoned politics entirely ne basigala ku businesses zabo. So the youth preparedness is there, but it requires goodwill from the older politicians.
Okay, we also have an issue of money. Yes. And Simbi. And our politics has really been built on basis ya Simbi. Kati ate n'ennaku zino wogenda mbavubuka nga yenga tannakuwa kalulu aba yeetaaga ssente. Ate n'omuvubuka yennyini okujja okwetaba mu kalulu ako yeetaaga ensimbi. Era abavubuka bangi bootegedde nga bo agamba ekinnemeseza akalulu kano sente za nomination. Ne sente zennyini ez'okuyisa mu kalulu by the way. Nomination we tutandikira naye ate waliwo ezikuyisa mu kalulu. So embeera y'ensimbi zino tugikutte tutya okubanga abavubuka bano bettanira naye nga ate it's not only about money mu mbeera eyo. How can we really work on that?
One night is the youth movement is very strong in Uganda. Naye abavubuka tebasobodde kwekwatakwata oba kwekumaakuma wamu olw'okubanga tebalina nsonga zibagatta.
There is no common cause.
There is no common cause. Era oli bw'avaayo nga azze ng'omuvubuka.
Ensonga ezibaluma ze zaali bagasse.
Ensonga ezibaluma za njawulo kubanga we twogera ku muvubuka ali ku Kololo, twogera ku muvubuka ali Katanga, twogera ku muvubuka ali ku university.
Mbwe kiri.
So we tugamba nti ebibaluma bye bimu kiyinza okuba nga si kituufu. Ayinza okuba ali Kololo teyasuza enjala. So tujja mugamba that people youth are hungry. Ayinza okuba ali ku university ekizibu kye where am I going to work nenga ali mu Katanga alina omulimu gwavuga boda ye si bwe buzibu bwe. So abavaayo ng'abavubuka in most cases tiba galvanizing on issues affecting or issues of the young people. Yensonga lwaki bafuna hardship mu bavubuka ejja kugamba nti muzze bweze byagala okunkolera sibifunamu. So n'amalirizanga you have to rent support, you have to pay rent that support. Movements is it successful, they are galvanized on issues. Somebody supports an issue to an extent of putting in their money olw'ensonga nti ensonga eyogebwako emukwatako naye watabeerawo ekyo tujja kusigala nga we are moving on rented crowds, rented support and from the young people kubanga ajja kugamba nti bwakiri kanfunemu kino instead of supporting somebody nga talina kyansuubiza sina kyendabamu nti omuntu kino nakyo okugettinga careful with tekitegeeza nti okustanding up on an issue of that is affecting or cross-cutting people oyina kumaliza nga ogituukiriza. That is the last bit of it, but in the mere highlighting of that issue you earn the confidence of that person. Aga nti abantu bonna baze ne boogera wano ne batusaba akalu naye teri ayogedde ku nsonga ki era bw'ogyogerako nefuka beacon ya campaign yo abo ababelieving nti ensonga zaffe zoogeddwako just ojja kuba ne support yaabwe naye tuli accustomed now to the commercialized politics. Bring musicians, collect the crowds, rent them. They don't listen to, they are listening to. They are here to see their favorite musician.
In fact, some of them are just there to fill the space.
That is it.
They are not actually listening. Wabatadde mu basi, no wa t-shirt, no wa buli omwe chebiri ebiri.
So it is about the economics that they are going to get from rallies, not the knowledge or not understanding that actually to ina cause yet fighting ira for. So abavubuka abayimaginga oba abavaayo baagala nnyo ocreating a support era balowooza nnyo nti I will need huge sums of money to convince the young people.
Oba system
because taina nsonga lwaki ayagala akaluka abavubuka. He is not relatable to the young people.
Nensonga ne bobo jina embeera bweto bweri nti
wetaaga sente
okusinziira ku bw'oyogera abavubuka mu realizing nti wali muyina ebizibu kati nze njagala kumanya steps ki ze mukoze okubanga ebizibu bino mubivunnuka.
Step esooka realized because you have to first realize there is a problem.
Exactly.
One of the things that we have realized is that there is no one that is going to give a hand to the young people to emerge.
Yeah,
that is settled. And you are in competition with those that want to help you. So oina having a self-mentorship, we orienting gwe never know to the right cause.
Olikana kambata.
Definitely. Kakati ekirala tutegeere nti okubeera omuvubuka it is transitional. Nti togenda kana busanti ngafa abavubuka year in year out. Olina okukola deliberate moves ezina kusustaininga ng'oli muvubuka nezinabeerawo ng'ovuddewo to set a stage for others that are following you. Secondly, it is to participate in all leadership positions. Abavubuka, what we are supposed to do is to come and provide alternative leadership on all positions. Whereas I disagree with, because I clarified that at 18 or at even 25, there's no business of you being a president. Thank God you are. What are you going to do after 10 years? You become a problem to the nation.
No.
You become
I retire.
Because that's
you
the only,
retire or cause the centers of the business.
World over. The youngest political players that have participated in politics when they are still young, they're a problem to their countries.
Yeah.
In Congo, it is a problem. In Kenya, it is a problem.
So, and most of this African continent, there was one who was Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
The one who was 18 years. Right now, you don't want to see where he is. It was too much for him.
And that one in Guinea-Bissau, and also the spirit that was set by Thomas Sankara, people had the young Turks in the army overthrowing governments, even not know what they are going to do.
Exactly. It was that boy who overthrew government.
Yeah, then they are saying now, because Sankara did it. Yes, but what they're just destroying the nation. So, but let we take positions of leadership as we groom ourselves to take over the country. Let we provide alternative leadership on all leadership positions. Let young people contest. Let they gain the necessary experience as they prepare themselves to choose amongst themselves who can lead them to the final run in being the president. But coming, you shoot to presidency, and I pray that you win. But what will happen thereafter, you will have yourself to blame. You want to stay around, the laws don't allow you, it will become a problem to the nation. And it is actually the real friends of yours that brought you into power that will fight you because you're a stumbling block now. But the question is, what will a person at 80 do?
Obeera nga omwana omusajja yalimira mu maka ga kitaawe myaka 3 buli omu akutunulira nga kizibu kiwanisa amagulu kisaba kyayi. But before you ask that question, Farida, let me just ask him a quick one. We also have this new style, and I don't want to say it has been built, but it comes, I think, naturally of leaders wanting their children to take over. So the youth that are actually advantaged in this country are youths that are procreated from the leaders.
You see, there is a good agricultural term that is what we call genetically modified organisms. GMOs. So also in leadership there are GMOs. Somebody, because he's seeing his father how he's doing his things, he's seeing his father how he's managing his constituency. Now he props up and inherits the father's structure.
There's someone on GMOs. GMOs, by the way, is something disrespectful.
It is.
You want to say Uhuru Kenyatta is a GMO?
Uhuru Kenyatta was an MP, post his father.
Yes.
Was a minister, post his father. Contested for presidency.
And he failed.
Without his father.
Yes.
So he's not genetically modified.
Uganda, you will say he's a Kenyatta.
You see, that is different. I did not say that because you bear the name. I said when you are genetically modified, you are You see, I participated in an election where we lost, and I don't want to be sour graping, but you realize that the person that won that election
is a GMO.
One, he was a week in Uganda. He was the longest period of time, over some huge number of years he has been in Uganda, was in the election period.
Yeah,
so surely if the people of that area do not benefit from that person, but because the father had set up a structure, the father was loved, so this one was brought, uprooted and dropped there. So everything was working on
but it's not a GMO. You guys, let's not generalize things. There are people who have chosen, people of right mind, adults, bantu abategeera. They wake up in the morning, they go and choose. I'm going to give you the latest example. You remember what happened in, was it Soroti? Soroti, the son of the legislator who had passed, I'm forgetting the name. Was it Soroti? No.
I'll give you an example.
I think it should have been Soroti.
Let me leave that one. There's a very young woman that became an MP at the age of 18, Proskovia Alengot.
Yes, Alengot.
Those are GMOs.
But people are choosing to vote for them.
But under what circumstances? The circumstances you are
NRM dropped. In fact, Okida, was it Okida, the MP who had just put? They dropped his son, and they opted for another person. The community voted for this guy on an independent ticket.
Who?
The last name MP, I'm forgetting his name. Arnold can just look for that gentleman's name.
The election we're talking about,
and I'll read it for you.
Yes, it's okay.
Yes.
I'm telling you that. Being a son or daughter or relative to an MP or a deceased prominent person is perfectly okay to participate. But there are situations or there are circumstances whereby you are forced onto the people and the decision is made and you win. That does not mean that the circumstances can be changed. But in the future, you may actually chart your own path. But at the moment, I've told of that young girl.
Yes.
Her future was disorganized.
I was talking about Omoding.
Omoding is
Patrick Okabe's son, the one of Serere. Yes,
and I've told you.
And I've told you people choose.
And I've told you.
But people have chosen this man. But political parties.
And I'm here telling you.
Guys, you're downplaying people's achievements.
And I'm here telling you that had the election been free and fair, the results would have been otherwise. But that does not mean that there are those that were implementing somebody's, that you had much respect for the deceased, that really said that maybe he was grooming his son to do what? To take over, and they overwhelmingly supported that category. And that category will always be there. But the issue is, one, not to be genetically modified, must be competent themselves to stand on their own to provide leadership. Not to ride onto the goodwill or to the sympathy or to the emotions of the people, but because they had elected my father, they had elected my mother, and now I'm an orphan, I am the remaining son, because you know, I have siblings. So at the end of the day, people will sympathize with it because it is natural. Yes. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, you are genetically modified because under different circumstances, you will not have emerged.
Can't take comments katono nnyo. Awo mukulu Ethan Mwine ayinza okubanga anti-supporter. So Farid and Edgar, you would rather the ants sat and folded their arms because whatever they could do might bear no desired results after all.
Everybody has the way they perceive things. So if that's how he perceived the question, he's entitled to his own opinion.
Same way Nagamba, the point of legitimacy of the system by participation is not true. I agree with Sadat that you cannot criticize a process that you have not participated in, because then you lose the authority in the first place. Our problem is not because political parties are not working. It is that the people generally have decided to be onlookers. Until it becomes a people's problem to solve, the political parties are acting in vain.
Exactly. By the way, it feels like you people are acting in oblivion. Muri munsi ya mweje mukolera bannayuganda babatuludde we bati. Either ebimukabira abantu tebibaluma.
I don't agree with that statement. Because political parties are made up of people.
Yes, but
so you cannot say that we are doing something contrary or something different that the people are detached from. No, we are not detached from the people. The people, in most cases or in some situations, are helpless, and the only strength they get is from leaders that come up and give them the necessary moral support. It is not enough, by the way. You need to be working that night so that people actually are empowered to exert for what is better.
Yes.
But political parties are made up of people.
Never really chetegereza continue. Bannayuganda ndoza obo batambulira mu gwe kimanyi oli ku ground. Abannayuganda bawulira bali different, bali broken up in different affiliations. When you realize bonna bagamba fe tuli united, mwabali wagulu mwabagana okwegatta.
Ugandans are not united.
They are not united on
but
ground.
Again, being not united doesn't mean that they are differentiated by political parties.
So
ebibawula bintu birala nnyo. Ebibawula, they are their social classes. Ebibawula, they are yes, I've talked about social classes. The pain that they face differently is mostly the one that distinguishes them. That is why you find that basing on that pain, they vote differently. But if there is a uniting force that is to solve their different problems, because why? A person that is a civil servant, he's having problems. He's pained. But this problem is getting a better salary.
True.
He already has a job. Now, I come here, I tell you that unemployment is real. I'm not talking to that civil servant. Now, another group that is providing the salary, this little salary, will come and tell them that, yes, we acknowledge that you're having a little salary, but we are working to
make it better.
So you'll find that group of people will say, let me give them an opportunity so that they can make our salaries
better. And
they will vote in that category. Then those that say, no, we have no job and something must be done, they will also vote in that angle. So there are no cross-cutting issues and that covers all.
But that kind of system you're talking about is still a system that yes, theoretically it should be like that. Theoretically it should be that Ugandans are looking at this particular cause and they are voting for that particular cause. And the dynamics are different now.
The dynamics are not different. The dynamics are different because the leaders have chosen to be insulting each other, to be mocking each other on rallies, not to speak to the people, not to speak to the pains of the people. And that is what ANT is trying to talk about. That let we have a structured campaign. You talk to the people, tell them what you want to do to them. The people you are competing with are non-issue because the decision makers are the other ones. And I was trying to tell you that. I was trying to tell you that because to show that people actually, they don't affiliate to any political parties. That is why if you go to the roles of membership in political parties, there's only a tiny fraction of Ugandans that subscribe. But when it comes to voting, people vote. Different political parties. So they are cross-partisan. The problems they are having is one who talks about their problems that is cross-cutting. Who is talking about the problems that is affecting the middle class and also the lower class. Who is giving assurance to all the classes of people. And you'll find that the messages that we are selling fragment the population.
That is how it should have been. You are in a wish world. And reality, people are voting for someone who has the money.
No, but again, I think the other viewer was right. That we are telling you what we are doing, and we are saying that's correct.
No, I'm telling you, the problem I have
and the slow movement of
the only challenge I'm telling you
because we are doing what you feel is ideal, but we are selling a message that is cross-cutting. We are trying to talk to everybody.
The difference within ANT is like people who talk about something. Do you know, when you talk about something, it brings the same dopamine as actually doing something. You get those feel-good hormones when you talk about something. Ebintu byoli mukwogerako mukama wange. Oli mukubyogerako in a, sorry to say, but a wishful way, that we talk to Ugandans, that Ugandans, after telling them this, they vote because of this reason. The reality on ground, my dear, is that who has the biggest money here? Who has the guns? In reality,
the reality is people are poor, they will vote for who gives them.
I was seeing an election where
and I've explained that.
Yes, but
and I've explained
that.
Not the reality, and I've explained that because when we go for elections,
yes,
we choose to send a wrong message, and the people end up saying what is in for me to vote. And I've explained that is it, because I'm telling you,
you've sold the wrong message.
If there is no message,
and I'm saying this again,
yes, sir.
The message ANT is selling is not getting traction because you believe that it is ideal. Thereafter, you come out and say, but you are doing it. The question is, what airtime is given to the message of ANT compared to its competitors? The voices of the competitors are more pronounced and they are dominating the discourse. But again, you want to blame us that have given you the message. How it's supposed to be. And you are saying, no, let me finish. Because you want to paint a picture that we are doing it and it's not bringing.
No, it's impractical.
I bring the impact.
Impractical.
And I can assure you is that your priorities, especially even as media houses, your interests are different.
Yes.
I will call the media house to come and give a structured approach. You say it is boring. You will, and at the same time, listen. At the same time, there is a street protest
Yes,
of people have gathered, no cause. You don't know why, but you will make sure that one makes the headlines in that bulletin.
Because it makes news.
No, you have decided to create news. That now, if by portraying this image, I will. But even the message of ANT can make news. But because you have structured yourselves in a way of thinking that if I portray chaos, if I portray arguments and confrontations,
that is what sells.
That is what says no. So if that is what sells, you mean
ngatumaliriza wamma
katugende wanso read that
omukulu Norman tumuhembise size nze sikiriziganya na Mr. Maseruka Sadat when he says it was only Katumba Oye that he had from his campaigns. For me, the second thing I remember about Katumba was this very serious question he asked the police officer, which stated, have you had Katumba anywhere?
Katumba Oye anywhere.
We read in some online tabloids about top shots in Ant like Honorable Winikiza, Honorable Pomwiru, Honorable Karhanga Gerard being in the verge of leaving the party for NRM and NUP over failed party ideological progress. How true is this?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Now, Ugandans, whereas we want to bring you back on course, you should also accept that the reading culture in Uganda is very low.
Exactly.
You realize that people fall for simple pranks. You clearly know that that article, wherever it came from, it was a first April. Some kind of something.
Fool's Day.
So you accepted to be in that category. So I cannot answer that question. It was an article full of falsehoods that was on 1st April for that cause. As I speak, no such meeting has been ever held. I am a member of the interim executive committee of the ANT, and we actually very confident and solid on the approach that we are taking to change the politics of this country. Okay. We have not yet thought, or we have not conceived, or nobody has approached anybody for any merger, for any coalition, for joining any other institution. We believe that what we are doing is the right course for Ugandans, and whoever will believe in it will join us, and we shall move.
Officially, for me, I will join you because I like the things you say. you paint a picture for the Uganda I really want my child to grow up in. So I'll join you. But I want to also give you a disclaimer as we come to the end of the show that you didn't get any vote. Any member of parliament in the last election, right? Let's wait for 2026 and let's continue with the grassroots structuring. I pray that you have some members of parliament by 2026.
You should pray that Uganda has meaningful change by 2026.
No, I don't see that coming.
Having some few members of parliament will be getting the cream, pouring it into already that and market waters.
Of course.
There will be no much significant impact, though something will be done. So we are not, as for your targets, rooting for such targets. We are rooting for change,
fundamental change,
and transformation of this country.
Thank you so much.
So getting an MPs is just, by the way,
just an icing.
So yes, for us we don't have them, but we are moving. So it is not one of our most urgent or ideals. We believe that the end game must be having changed this country, with or without MPs.
All right, thank you so much, Maseruka Sadat, for joining us today. It was a privilege having you, and always a privilege having you here on the show.
Thank you for hosting me as well.
All right. Ndoza siba disappointing ze nabagambye omuvubuka gwe mbaletera amagezi ayina mangi era mulabye amagezi mangi. Thank you so much for tuning in today at exactly 11 a.m. We have Tekachi happening right here, so please do tune in at that time. Council Kato Tumusime will be there to, give you everything that you would like to know anything about the law. It is always Tekachi happening every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Edgar Matthew Karohanga. I was with Miss Farida Bikobere and Mr. Sadat Maseruka. On camera is Mr. Rogers Turiahawe. And of course, Arnold Mokose Anthony on the production. Thank you so much. In case you want to advertise with us, feel free. Just call the number 0701 800 212 and we'll have everything that you'd want to advertise for you advertised right here on Digitalk TV. From the entire team, have yourselves a blessed good morning.
The alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.